Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing whether or not foreigners have indeed been quote-unquote forgotten in the grand scheme of things here in Thailand. And a recent article from Wednesday, February the 10th edition of the Bangkok Post. This was from the Post bag, and under the heading Forgotten Foreigners. And the gist of this was talking about vaccines, things associated with the possible vaccine rollout. But I thought that this was pertinent, this small excerpt here. Quoting directly, "The shiny new plan only applies to Thais and migrant workers. There is no mention of the 100,000 to 200,000 foreigners who presently reside here." And yeah, that's certainly noteworthy, but it is interesting to point out in an immigrant, I made this video because there are immigration implications that are sort of pregnant in this analysis. And I don't think that the person that was writing in this letter really quite took this into account. Now, you can argue it's maybe a semantic point, but it's a major point nonetheless, because immigration nationality law have an impact on analysis of how people operate within a given country. And as they note, again, 100 to 200,000 foreigners who presently reside here. And arguably the argument, if you will, or I should say the discussion rests on the issue of reside. Well, there's a difference between being a Thai permanent resident. We've gone into what permanent residence is in Thailand, and that's specifically set forth in the Immigration Act of '79. And then there's non-immigrants. And folks who are in non-immigrant status or even tourist visa status, no matter how long they stay in Thailand, they're not considered legally resident for, nationality immigration purposes. Now, they may be here a really long time. They may even be considered what's called tax resident in Thailand, but they're not necessarily, considered legally resident. So to me, when I read this, although I completely understood it, in my brain, it's sort of like I have two hats on. I have sort of the foreigner side of my brain, and then there's the lawyer that's been dealing with Thai immigration for a long time side of my brain. And the foreigner side of my brain said, yeah, it does seem kind of, it gives foreigners here short shrift. But again, the immigration lawyer side of my brain said, no, you're looking at a situation wherein, someone needs to have legal status to be considered resident here, and then they'll sort of be picked up in the analysis of who's going to get these shots, these vaccines when they're rolled out. So I thought that was noteworthy, and I felt like it was worthy of making a video that you really need to look at the immigration status of folks before you start looking at any further legal benefits derived or legal benefits expected as a result of being present in a given jurisdiction.